Okay, now let's create a new project. I'm going to show you two ways. So first we're going to create an empty project, and then we're going to add some CSS and JS to it. And later on, I'm going to show you how to initiate a project which already has libraries connected. So I assume that you are logged in and you have MDB installed. If you don't have, please check our previous video on that. So once we are logged in, let's type MDB init. This will ask us whether we want to initiate an empty project or one of the predefined starters. So let's go with the empty starter. Then Wizard will ask us about the project name. So let's call it my empty project. And then it will ask which package manager we should use, npm or yarn. We're not going to cover that right now. For now, let's just stick to npm. Wizard will ask following questions, which are not important at the moment. So let's skip to the basic answers, so the default answers, by pressing enter. And at the very end, it will ask us whether everything is okay. And if we press enter, we confirm that this is what we wanted. Now our project is created, so we can see my empty project here, and we can see some files over there. So let's navigate to this in the terminal. And since I installed VS Code with some extra features, I can type code and then space and dot sign. When I hit enter, it will open this project in Visual Studio Code. So now we can see all the files over here. So let's create a new file. Let's call it index.html. And now I'm gonna type exclamation mark and hit enter, which will create me a basic structure for my page. When I'm gonna save it, I can open this file in a web browser by clicking this file twice, and it's gonna show our empty page. Now, how we can tell it is our page? It's because we have this document here, which you can see over there. If we change this to something else, it will also change over here. We have to refresh the page. Now, in order not to refresh page every time, I'm gonna show you how to use Live Server. So in order to install this plugin, we need to go to extensions and then type Live Server, which will search for the extensions over here, which match the name, and choose the first one. I already have it installed, but you will see the install button over here. Simply click install and it will be ready for you to use. Once we have it installed, we can simply right click anywhere and choose version open with Live Server, which will open you a new tab like mine. And now every time we change anything in the page and press Ctrl S or file save, it will automatically refresh the page. Okay, so let's add some libraries now. Let's navigate to mdbootstrap.com. Let's press get started and let's hit MDB5 download. Don't forget to like us on the Facebook or give a star if you enjoy using MDB so far. Once the download is complete, we will see a zip file. When we open the zip file, we're gonna see a couple of files over here. So let's copy CSS and JS files into our project. So let's get back to our project over here. Let's copy CSS and JS over there. Now the files are visible in our project tree. So we have CSS here and we have JS over there. So let's add them to our project. In our head section, let's type link and then press tab button, which will add the whole line for us. And now let's specify the file location. So we are looking for CSS, which are under CSS folder, and we will be looking for MDB minimize CSS. Now let's add scripts. So let's get to the body and type script src, which will change this to the line as below. We can also add type text/JavaScript, and for the source we will go for the JS and MDB images. Now, I assume that I have a bit of knowledge of HTML over here, but if you don't worry. I will make it everything very, very descriptive. However, I encourage you to check one of our previous tutorials on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, because this is basically the basic knowledge which you're gonna need anyway when it comes to creating websites. Now, once we have it done, we can start using MDB. So let's navigate to mdbootstrap.com page again, and let's choose one of the components. Let's check carousel, because that's what will verify both whether CSS and JS is working properly. And let's paste this code over here, and as you can see, we have our page up and running. There are small glitches over here, and this is because we don't have Font Awesome yet. So let's quickly add Font Awesome to our project. So I'm gonna get back to our head section, and just before MDB, I'm gonna paste this code. And don't worry, because you're gonna find this code in the description down below, but also in the second part of our tutorial, where I'm gonna show you how to create a project from predefined template. Basically, I'm adding Font Awesome CSS to our project. I'm gonna save it now, and now as you can see, instead of the rectangulars which we used to have here, we have nice arrows. And since the screen is changing, we can confirm that both CSS and JS are working now, so we are ready to start building more complex page.